Hi. So far, I have not discussed about classes and objects, but what happens in Python is there will be classes and we can create objects from classes. I will discuss about it later in detail. For now, I need a small concept for you to go ahead. So we have seen str. Str is a string, and on a string we have applied count and lower methods earlier. If you observe it, we have used a name, and then on that we have count. We have done lower, and on that we have done count. Now, like that, as in the str object, there are many functions. So remember this, even in future classes also, whenever you don't know what are the functions that are available in your object, you can use the keyword dir or the function dir. Dir is an inbuilt function. If you apply dir function to any object, it will show you what are all the functions that are available inside that object. Okay. For example, I can write dir str. So dir of str. If I write like this in the command prompt, or even you can write it in a program, it will show you what are all the functions that are available within str. Okay. So count is there, encode is there, ends with is there, expand tabs is there, find is there, format is there. Like that, many functions are available. Now, if you want to find out what each function is going to do, you can write the function in your PyCharm, and it will automatically give you a small description about what that function is. Or if you want to read it, you can go to Python documents and you can read about what each function is about. Okay. So this part we will see later, but for now understand that if there is an object, then you can use dir of object. Okay, thank you. Now let's try to design a small game which is a treasure hunt using nested ifs. Okay, so it is a simple one just to brush up your concept what you have learned so far. Now the game is like this. So initially we are going to say welcome to the treasure island, and after that we are going to ask the user to enter left or right. If he enters right, then the game is over, he has lost. If he has entered left, then we are going to ask him again a question: do you want to wait or do you want to swim? If he says swim, then game is over. Otherwise, if he wants to wait, then we go to the next case. So where we are going to ask him which door he wants to open. There are three doors here: red, blue, and yellow. So red is game over, blue is game over, and finally yellow is win. So if you observe the sequence of inputs that the user has to give in order to win, first he has to say yellow, then he has to say wait, then he has to say yellow. Okay. First he has to say left, then wait, then yellow. Let's write the program for this. A simple program using nested ifs. So initially I have printed the name, printed the line welcome to treasure island, and then we are printing your mission is to find the treasure. So these two are welcome lines, nothing special. So after that we are going to the first diamond. I mean first condition where you are going to ask, you are at a crossroad whether you want to go left or right. So we are asking this from the user. That is why we are using input. Now whatever he has typed in the input, we are getting it. We are reading it in the choice. But there is a small problem here. User may enter capital letters, small letters, any combination of it. So just to be careful and in order to avoid checking for all the cases, we are converting everything that the user has print a string. You know that input is giving you a string. So on the string object, you know that there is a function called lower, right? So I'm calling lower so that everything is converted into lower cases. Now we are checking if the user has entered left or right. So we are checking if the user has entered left. In case the user has entered left, then we have to continue the game. Game will continue, else if the user has entered anything other than left, it may be right or some garbage value, whatever it is, anything other than that, then we have to say game over. So we are just printing a message for the sake of uh, feeling like a game. So you fell into a hole, game over. So which means if he has taken a left, we will continue. If he has taken a right, we are saying that game is over. Now let's go to the diagram once. In the diagram, after left or right input has been taken, we have to ask whether you want to swim or wait. Okay. So for that, we are going to write the one more input. So it has to be inside the if block. Only if the user has typed left, then only we are going to go into the next line. That is why it is indented. So it means that it is in the if block. So input, you have come to a lake. There is an island. So there should not be any space between is and land. Island in the middle of the lake. Do you want to wait or swim? See, we are adding these lines just to have a feel that you are playing a game. If I directly say enter swim or wait, it doesn't look that good. It doesn't look like a game. So that is why we are asking. Type wait to wait. Go to the next line instead of typing here. Type wait to wait for the boat or type swim to swim. Okay, so now we are asking the user to type either wait or to type swim. Okay. Now whatever user has entered, we are converting it into a lowercase because user may write sometimes capital letters. So we are capturing it in a variable called choice2. Now we will check the choice2. If choice2 is equal to wait, then we can continue with the game. Or if they have given the choice2 as swim, then the game is over. So only if it is wait, we are continuing the game. Otherwise, else we are printing game is over. You got. You got attacked by a crocodile or something, we can write there. Game over. So if you observe it, this if and this else both are actually paid. This if and else, right? And this if and else are paid. And the second if is inside the first if. That is why it is called nested if, right? Now, if you observe it, after the user has inputted this input, has given the input wait, then we have to ask him which door he wants to enter, red, blue, or yellow. Again, that has to be within this if. So if is under if, and again one more if is under if. So we are reading it. We are reading the input from the user, and the prompt is you arrived at the island. There is a house. Which door you want to enter? Okay. There is a house with 3 doors. Go to the next line. One door is red. One door is yellow. And the other door is blue. Okay. Now user may enter red, yellow, or blue. Now based on this, everything has to be in this if nested. Okay, I mean indented if block. We are reading whatever the user has given in choice 3. If choice 3, the user has entered red, do one thing, convert it to lower. So that number of if you don't add lower, then the number of comparisons that you have to make here will be too many. Capital red and capital RED. So we have to check all that. That is why we are converting into lower so that the number of lines we add is less. So we are going to type what happens if he has entered red, what happens if he has entered yellow, what happens if he has entered blue. If he has entered red, just we'll type some line and say that game over. It is a room of fire. Game over. If he has entered yellow, then actually he wins. So we are going to write U1. If it is blue, so observe here, we have if, elif and elif. If you want, you can write else here. Instead of the last elif, you can write else here. But the problem is, else is going to be executed for anything that he types. If he types any garbage value, then else will be entered. If you don't want that to happen, if you want it to execute for a specific type of input, then it is better to write elif. So basically, for red, yellow, and blue, we are writing what has to happen. So this is what the game is. So if he has taken red, we are saying something, yellow we are saying something, blue we are saying something. But if his input is other than red, yellow and blue, then we are saying that you have chosen a door that doesn't exist and game is over. Okay, let's try to run it and see. First, we are asking whether which direction he has to go. We are typing left, right or left. And then we are asking whether he wants to wait or spin. We are saying wait. And then we are asking there are 3 doors, which door you want to enter. We are saying yellow. Then yellow is a small. Again, run it again. So let's run it again. W was missing earlier. Left or right, we have chosen left. And wait or spin, we have chosen wait. And the door, we have chosen yellow. Now you can see that U1 is printed. There's a small problem in this game. Go to the diagram. The problem is that if anyone plays the game 3 or 4 times, he will learn how to win. Now, how to win the game? First, he has to take left, then wait, then yellow. Once anyone finds out what is the sequence that leads to winning the game, then he will always win without failing. The problem with this game is it is very deterministic. It is like a DFA. So you can clearly see that there is no randomness in the game. So it is very determined. So it is always acting in the same way in in a deterministic manner. But we want to, that is not a way how games are played. There has to be some randomness. User has to be surprised. Everything has to change every time. If you have a static game like this, then always the user will win. So in order to do that, we have to learn something called as randomization. Or in Python, there is a package called as random. Using random, we can generate random integers, random floats, anything like that. So we will see that in the next video, how to generate random numbers. And from now on, we are going to use randomness in the programs. Okay, thank you.